Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for this video. Today is Sunday, so y'all know what that means. It's mimosas and makeup. I just finished working out, so I have a gutsy. Y'all know this is my favorite right here. I love me some gutsy. But during the chat, I will have a mimosa or some wine or something, so we'll all be together. All right, y'all, I am really excited about this video because VIEVE is a brand that I am growing to really enjoy as far as all the products that I've tried so far. So if you want to see what I bought from VIEVE and see a little demo of everything and hear my thoughts, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, you are trying to work on your relationship with makeup and you want to connect with somebody that's trying to do the same thing, definitely consider joining this community because we'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So one day I was talking to my friend Liz and she was saying, I think you would like Jamie Genevieve. She does like smoky eyes. She does like the grungy looks, kind of a similar vibe to the looks you create. I think you would really like her. I enjoy watching her. So I was like, all right. So one day I sat down and just fell in love. I fell in love with Jamie Genevieve, and I'll pop a picture up of her. She is a makeup artist and her content really falls in line with what I enjoy watching. I am really trying to balance out the amount of review content and new makeup content with the content that I watch created by makeup artists. I really do want to try to improve my makeup technique. And when I watch makeup artists share their techniques, when I watch them apply makeup, one thing I really enjoy is that you don't have to have anything new and you don't have to have their brand or any brand in particular. You can just use what you have. And it's really helping me to balance out that want to always have the latest thing. And it's so easy as a content creator to get sucked up into that, and I'm really trying to change that relationship. So as I said, she's a makeup artist. She's from Scotland. She's got a cute little accent. And she's got that grungy type vibe that I really mesh with. If you think along the lines of like Melt, Bailey Syrian, just kind of falls in that type of category for me. And she's very enjoyable to watch. I'm learning a lot. Anyway, that led me to make some purchases from her brand. And it's not a cheap brand, but I didn't mind because this wasn't a purchase made from pressure. It was like, I was really curious for myself whether it was something that would be good for this channel or not. And these are things that I wanted for me. And when I do buy makeup, most of the time I am buying it for me, but when there's a new launch, I always feel that, that pressured feeling, and I'm trying to get away from that. So I really do feel good about everything that I purchased from her brand because it just wasn't a rushed type of decision. So let's go ahead and get into it. So she chose the name VIEVE for her brand, which means full of life. I do remember when the brand launched, but I had no idea who she was. I did see some content creators reviewing some of her products, but it wasn't anything that I was really paying any attention to. She has two eyeshadow palettes. Now, both of these palettes are made in Italy. They are vegan and cruelty-free. And they have a shelf life, I believe, of 12 months. Let's go into the first palette, which is the Essential palette. Now, I have used some of these products already, and the Essential palette is one of them. The outer cover is very sleek. It's just minimalistic. It's black. It's got gold hardware. And then when you open it up, I like how you can fold the entire palette back. Now, most of these shades run a bit warm. There is this cool brown here that I really like, but based on the shades that she chose, I think the name Essential is a good name for the palette. Here's the inside of the palette. You can see that the pan sizes are very large, and this is gonna give you an everyday look. This kind of reminds me maybe of Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did have that palette some time ago and I can't remember, but that's the vibe it kind of gave me. The more recent palette that she came out with is the Muse palette. And here is the outer cover and it says Muse. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about her brand is she uses the word muse a lot. You see it a lot in the brand. And the way that I interpret it is like, be your own muse. And I love that, like be your own inspiration. We use makeup to enhance what we naturally have. And I think it's all about drawing inspiration from yourself. I'm not saying that was her message, but it's just kind of my interpretation. And I just like that message. So this one has more of that mauve-y, pinky, romantic tone. I have not used this one yet, but I really love this vibe and I think it's a great color story. I did purchase one of her Sunset blushes. This is the shade Piazza, and it's one of those rosy brown blushes. I've really been into shades like this lately. I have used this blush already, and I definitely would consider getting another one. I did purchase 2 of her eye wands, and these are the matte eye wands. She does have shimmer ones, but I just went ahead with the mattes. I thought that they would make good primers. I purchased the shade Mahogany and Raven. So Mahogany is a deeper brown, and Raven is a black matte. Lastly, I purchased 2 of her Modern Matte lipsticks and the corresponding liners. When she first launched her brand, she came out with nude lipsticks. She really loves like dark eyes and nude lips, which is what I love. So I purchased the shade Coming in Hot. Haute is H-A-U-T-E. I actually broke this. It was my fault, but here it is. And you can see it says VIEVE on the actual lipstick. The lip pencil that goes with it is in the shade Rumor, and I'm gonna try most of this stuff on. And this is a deeper lip shade, so it's gonna give you that, that outline, you know, and then you have kind of the lighter shade in the inner part of your lip. And then recently, she released some more pink tone lipsticks. And I chose the shade Pinch, which is a mix between peach and pink. And that's it there. And then the liner that goes with it is the shade Peached. And that's the liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 looks today. I'm gonna do one look with the Essential palette with the nude lipstick, and then I'm going to do a look with the Muse palette with the more pink tone lipstick. Let me tell you what's on my face. So what I have on now is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I have on the Chanel Healthy Bronzing Glow Cream. I don't think I said that right, but it's in deep tan. I have on the Hourglass Ambient palette just to set my under eye, and the concealer is the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. So let's go ahead and start with the blush. Normally I do my face makeup first, so that's why I'm starting with the blush. It is really windy outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that wind. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this Bristles Beauty blush brush to go ahead and apply it. I do like using smaller brushes now to apply the blush, just so it can be precisely where I want it to be. So again, I really like shades like this. I'm thinking about Paradise Venus by Pat McGrath. I'm not sure, but it's reminding me of that. It's honestly reminding me a little bit of that darker Chanel blush that everybody was looking at. Maybe not, y'all let me know. And I've really been getting in the habit of trying to apply my blush a little bit higher, because I just think that gives you more of a lift. And I try not to do all of this, because then when I am not doing that, I feel like sometimes my blush is lower than where I want it to be. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is use her Mahogany eye wand as an eyeshadow primer. I have played around with the wand before, but I haven't used it as an eyeshadow primer because I totally forgot about it. I'm so used to going for my Glam Light icing primer. So I'm going to do that. Here's the shade. So you can see you can use this as a standalone eyeshadow, but in this case I'm using it as my base. Now I did grab a flat brush. I think I'm gonna just use that to kind of diffuse it out, and we'll see how that works for application. I think that if I was gonna do this as a one and done shade, I would use a different type of brush, but since I'm using it as a primer, I think the flat brush is gonna be fine. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. I don't know how these set down. Like, will it be hard for them to move or not? And I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pat it in. Oh my God, my child mirror just fell. The child! Can't. Yeah, so I'm just gonna bring it up. All right, and I think we have a good base here. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into this eyeshadow palette. I realized I didn't do any swatches. I'm so sorry. But maybe I can insert them in. I think I want to start with the shade Chow today. So let's go ahead and get into that. It's like this beautiful mustardy matte. I'm gonna use this Bristles Beauty EO2 RL brush for that shade. I'm just dipping it in. Now these are a bit powdery, so I know that it is going to blend really, really well. As you can already see, like, blending very nicely. Now this may appear a bit deeper because I used that mahogany pencil, but I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. And if I do make another purchase, maybe I'll get one that is closer to my skin tone, but I like how it looks. I'm probably gonna just lighten it up like a little bit in here, just because I don't need it to be so deep on this side. And she has a shade in here that I can do that with. It's the shade So Shy. And I'm ready to move to the other eye that fast. Okay. And you know, I purchased the black eye wand because I thought that it would be really great to have that as a base for some of my duochrome shimmers, especially the more sheer ones. Like, giving it that black base would give those single eyeshadows a bit more variety in the looks, you know, a little more of an opaque look. So that's why I got the black one. I'm just gonna bring this out a little bit. And I really like how easily that blended out. Okay. I'm just gonna take a bit of the shade So Shy really fast and just see what happens if I just put a little bit here, if it'll lighten it up just a bit. I don't know if you can tell, it's real subtle, but it just lightened it up a little bit. Let's go with Delicious. For the shade Delicious, I'm gonna go into the BK Beauty A504 brush. It's from the Angie Hot and Flashy collection. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in the crease. And this is blending right in with the Mahogany eye wand. So I'm just bringing it up. It's gonna cover up the Chow shade just a little bit, which is fine, but it's helping to give more of a smoked out look. This eye wand has really dried down nicely. I actually like that as a lid shade. While I have this brush out, I'm gonna go into the shade Buff, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that under my lower lash line. And that's what we have so far. So next we're gonna go into the shimmer. Now, the one complaint I did hear about this palette is with the shimmer. There are 3 shimmers in this palette, and I think that one of them is a smoother one, and then 2 of them may be a bit chunky. But I've used this shimmer before, like, just use them wet. I deal with fussy shimmers. Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't, but I really didn't feel like it was like that bad. The other thing is that these shimmers are not super impactful. So if you're looking for like Glam Shop or like Cleona or something like that, that's not what this palette is. So I think it's all about what you're looking for in the shimmers that you're choosing to use. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people complained about the shimmers. Hello, you're hungry again? What about the macaroni and cheese that's on your plate? Oh. So you didn't want that we have for lunch? Marky, come back. You know why? because he wants candy. He doesn't want food. Hey, you're back. What would you like to have? Because I'm down for helping you out.
Cookies.
What?
Cookies.
What about that mac and cheese? Or you just want a snack?
Snacks.
Oh, so you're not really hungry. You just, because I'm not doing it. Let's do carrot. That's this shade right here. So you see what I mean? It just depends on what you're looking for in your shimmers. If you're looking for that bling bling, this is going to give you a little. Go ahead, Marky. You can have the fruit snacks.
Two.
Go ahead, sure. Marky, you have to tear it. I can't. All right. Yes. See, I like it. And I'm actually not even using this with anything wet. So I'm just tapping it in. Now, if I were to try to blend this in, yeah, you're gonna get some fallout. But you can always, the first time I used this shimmer, I took a flat brush and I dipped it in the pan and then I sprayed it with setting spray. And that was fine. This is a pat shimmer. This is not a, don't do that. So see, I like that, but to each his own or her own. All right. So now what we're gonna do to smoke this out even more is take the shade Goodnight, which is a black matte. I really don't want this to be like super concentrated. I just want to have a little more depth just on the outer corners. So I'm gonna go in with the Sigma E35 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and do some stamping motions here. And see, so you can see it and then kind of wipe it over. So you can see that black there, but it's not too dark. Again, I really like that these shades are powdery. They are blending really nice. Some people don't like that. You just gotta tap your brush off and keep it pushing. So this is pretty much the look. I'm into it. I'm going to go ahead and do the lipstick first, and then I'll finish the rest of the eye look off camera just with mascara and eyeliner. So using the nude combo, we have Rumor and Coming in Hot. I didn't mention it, but the lip pencils have a 24-month shelf life and the lipsticks have a 12-month shelf life. And I'm actually making this line a bit thick. I'm filling my lips in a bit with this. And we'll go ahead and apply. Don't forget, this is the one I broke, so I gotta be really careful with this one. Now I have worn both of these shades to work. I've worn them, you know, all day. I think they're really comfortable. I don't have an issue with them, and there's nothing in them that irritates my lips, because sometimes that can happen with matte lipsticks. So here is the look, you guys. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and then I will be back to tell you how I feel about this one. All right, you guys, so I am back with the final look. So let me zoom. And here's the lips. Overall, I really like this look. I was thinking that this is like a date night look. This is a nice smoky look. I definitely did not have to go this deep with the palette. There are other options. So if you wanted to wear this for a daytime look, we can just totally not use the black at all. And we can just stick with the shade Delicious, or even using the shade Cozy. So there are some other options here. I totally forgot an inner corner. Winked. Hold on, because we need to go ahead and use the shade Glimmer for that, which is right here. I cannot believe that. Oh my God. What is happening? Yeah. We need that inner corner highlight. There we go. And not that you have to have that, but I like inner corner highlights. I just think they add a nice touch. Okay, I definitely picked up too much. Yeah, but like I was saying, definitely didn't have to go this deep with it, but that's just kind of how I naturally go. And I think it's just nice to see what the palette can do, because you can always make it lighter. This is definitely a palette that I could see someone using every day, as I said, and I think it's aptly named the Essential Palette. Daytime, nighttime, whatever time, you can find something with this palette. No type of regret here with this one. I think the blush looks really good. I think this shade is gonna look good with both palettes. I tried to pick out something that was gonna look good with both. I love this lip liner and lipstick combo. This is just the type of shade I usually wear on a daily basis. I did want to tell you that the lipstick also smells good. It almost smells like vanilla or like cake, but it's really nice. It feels good, and I don't feel like it's moving. It didn't really move too much when I wore it to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. This is one of the rare times where I'm gonna sit and do 2 looks in one sitting, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove my eye makeup and my lip makeup and just refresh everything. And we'll be back to use the Muse palette, which is gonna be a first impression. All right, you guys, I am back. Now for this look, I am not using the matte eye wand. I did use my Glamlite Icing Primer. Here's the palette. And I think I'm gonna start with my Refer 15. Now, one thing that I wanted to share about this one is I think that most people liked the shimmer formula of the shade Glimmer, I think maybe, or maybe Carrot. I can't remember, but I know that for this palette, whatever the formula was that people liked, that's how she made all of the shimmers. And I think she did that because she didn't want people to have to worry about the glitter glue. Or there's some great mattes in this palette. I'm having a really hard time trying to decide. Let's see, right away, I am being called to the shade Love. So let's go ahead and use that as the transition. As I said, I'm gonna be using my Refer 15 brush, and let's get this going. Mattes are blending very easily. It's just very soft. I'm just gonna bring it out here. Try to have it flow, you know, into the blush. Doing the same thing on the other eye. Taking it out, up and out. Ooh. You know what? Okay. Look at my brush. I kept saying, what happened to my Refer 15? And then I went to wash it. Look, I need a new one, I think. I can't. But I love this shade. It's just soft and beautiful. So the next shade I want to go into is the shade Merlot. And for this shade, I'm going to use my Blend Bunnies brush. It is the B5 brush. Going right into the crease just to make this deeper. And this is kind of like my go-to eyeshadow technique. Sometimes I try halo eyes and things like that, but not with this look. I want it to be kind of like this little smoky, romantic eye. So you can see that the shade Merlot is deepening up the look. So tonight, we are going to the movies. Now, I have not been to the movies like the regular movies. What we do is we rent out the theater. So it's like gonna be like a cousin's thing. Tyrone is coming too though. And I'm really excited. We're gonna see the movie Moonfall, but I have not had a chance to even sit and look at the trailer. So I might try to do that before we go. I could have been doing this like as they get ready with me, because I'm gonna wash this off and then I guess put something else on for the movies. But you know what? That's cool, because I'll be able to check off 3 palettes on my spreadsheet today. See, this is beautiful. This palette kind of reminds me of that Anastasia Primrose palette that I remember wanting at one point. Not exactly, but just a little bit. I still kind of want it, but that's not what this is about. All right, I'm gonna go right into the lower lash line. For that, I'm going to use the shade Source. And I'm gonna take that on this Refer 26 brush. The Refer 26 brush is my favorite under eye brush. And I like this combo Like, you cannot go wrong with any of the shades in this palette. And I like that. You know, sometimes it's cool to have like a palette that has a pop shade in it. But sometimes it kind of throws things off. I like this. It's like really, really cohesive. There's not a way that you can combine these that's not going to look right, in my opinion. So that's what we have so far. And now we're going to get into the shimmer. I already know I want to go into the shade Regal, and that's this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and use my finger for that. Yeah, like this one, really, really smooth. And I'm sure you can get more of a pop if you wet it, but I'm not. I just want to see how it works without doing that. Again, not super impactful shimmers. And I know that's some people's preference. You know what I mean? Some people don't want the real sparkly shimmers. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that, and sometimes I'm not. And I think this looks gorgeous. And we could leave the look like this, but no, not me. We are gonna go into the shade Velvet, which is the deeper matte. And I am going to go ahead with the Rephr 15. We're gonna go ahead and tap that here on the outer corner, because this is gonna be like little smoky mauve eye. That one's not cooperating. I'm going back to the Blend Bunnies brush. And since these shades are very complementary, like it doesn't matter like that I just use the brush for a different shade. I'm gonna take the shade Peony, and I'm just going to use it to soften up the edges a little bit, and up here as well. Yeah, and I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, I like that. Gonna do the same thing here on the other side. All right, now for the inner corner, wait, we're gonna go into this shade Divine, and that's Peony. I didn't show that up close. I forgot to share some of the details on the last look as far as the mascara and eyeliner. I just use a brown eyeliner for that look, and I had the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. I only did like one coat since I was taking it right off, but I've been using that mascara a lot lately. This isn't a super bright inner corner highlight, but I still think it's a nice touch. And you could use that shade Peony for a matte inner corner highlight as well if you like a matte inner corner highlight. Actually, you can see it. And again, you can always wet these. This is the look. I'm gonna change my battery and we're gonna get into the lipstick. I'll tell y'all I'm gonna change my battery, like y'all have to wait. But yeah, I'm loving that. All right, so again, these are the newer shades, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the Peached Lip Liner. Now this liner is more along the same shade as the actual lipstick. It's a little bit darker. I'll also make sure to put the pricing information in the description box. When you sign up to her website to become a Muse, there is a 10% discount code that you'll get. So I did use that for this purchase, and I was happy about it because these are luxury prices in my opinion. I am interested in the bronzer that she has. She has like a duo bronzer, so that might be something that I'll check out. Not that I need a bronzer, but you know. So you can see this is like definitely a mix between a peach and a pink shade. Now with this shade, this one is lighter than my natural lip color, so trying to make sure it blends so that the line isn't harsh is something that I have to work with just with the way my lips are. I'll work on that because I really like the color. As far as the liner, I might prefer this with a deeper liner, but I do like this liner. I just think maybe I would use something a tad deeper. I don't know if I like this shade with this look, but I like the shade. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the eye look, and then I'll be back to talk about this one and wrap up the video. All right, you guys, so here is the finished look. Now for the liner, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Mesmerizing Matte Eyeliner, and this is from the Mesmerizing Maroon. So this is just a plum and those types of liners are my favorite, and I use the same mascara. So let me know what you think. Let me know which look you liked better, but I like them both. So let's wrap this up, you guys. Overall thoughts, I don't have any regrets about anything that I purchased from VIEVE. I think the palettes are great. Even though they are more on the pricey side, I think the amount of eyeshadow that you get definitely makes it worth it. I like the lipsticks, I like the liner, I really like the blush as well. The eye wands, I like those too. One thing that I will say about the eye wands is that I think you can find these in different brands, and I don't have anything else to compare these to. I know people are talking about the eye wands that Beauty Pie has, and I recently joined Beauty Pie, but I haven't ordered them. So the ones from Beauty Pie might be like $7. So that's a huge price difference. So if you could find something like this that's cheaper, you know, I would go for that. I'm not saying that these aren't great, because I have never used eye wands before. I don't think I've used anything like this, so I can't say that these are good or bad. What I can say is that when I put them on, I like how they blended. I like that they didn't move. They set down really nicely, and you could diffuse them out if you wanted to. And I think that that makes a nice eye product. I have to use those a little bit more. I just don't have anything to compare them to share whether they're good or not, but I can say I like them. I am looking forward to trying more things from VIEVE. I'm looking forward to seeing what else she will release this year. This brand is definitely now on my radar, but as for right now, I am enjoying the things that I have. She also has these half lashes, which I think look really, really nice. I have been looking back at some of my old videos, and although I do like my looks with lashes, I just realized how much of my eye looks that they covered up and just how dramatic they look. And that's just not my everyday look. You know, I feel like it looked really glam, and I love the lashes and my big hair. And I'm like looking at myself right now because I'm kind of in this transitional hair journey and everything like that. I just know that's not me. It's not, it looks great, but it's not Cara. It's not how I go out of the house every day or anything like that. So the half lashes I think might be cool to try, just if I want just a little bit of glam. That's more realistic of who I am. So I just thought I'd share that because I have gotten some comments on earlier videos. I guess maybe they're popping up for people. So I kind of go back and look and see what people are commenting on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so pretty. And I'm not saying I don't now, but it's just not how I leave my house. You know, I will leave my house like this, you know? Yeah, one of my friends asked me, did I miss my bushy hair? I don't know, not really, because this is off task, but the convenience of this, I love. But when I do look at my frizz, I do miss it a little bit. So, but that's what headband wigs are for, right? So I might have to grab a new one. I don't know if I'm feeling like that. But you guys, I've had my locks for 5 months now. On the 18th, that made 5 months. So they are starting to lock. We'll give you all a little update. Someone was asking me about a hair tutorial. I could never do this. Well, never say never, but the way that my hair is parted for my locks, these parts always stay in. So when my hair has just been done, because I got my hair done last week, the parts you can see are really fresh. But as the weeks go on, you won't see the parts as much, and I will take them out of these buns. But in case you didn't know, when I get my hair done, I usually get it put up so that I don't pull the middle of my hair, because I do have that twisting and pulling thing that I do, and that has gotten better, but I still do it. So when I can give my hair some relief from that, I try to do that. And usually I keep the styling for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll take them down and, you know, style them. But yeah, that's why you can see all the parts, because I just got my hair done. But I am loving this, and a little update with this. I have no regrets, and I just can't wait to see how my locks continue to grow and change. So at this point, if I wanted to comb them out, I could, but it would definitely take some work. And when I first got them done, you may remember you could see the twists, like you could really see them, but they're starting to go away. They're not going away, but the hair that is growing. So basically when I get my hair retwisted, what they do is it's pretty much just twisting the new hair in, and it's almost like making a cocoon around the original twist. And then it will continue to grow like this, and you just get the new growth twisted in. Maybe I can do a little bit of recording if my stylist will let me, so that you guys can see, because when she washes it, all the twists, they stay in, and then she puts a little gel, she twists the new growth, and then she takes a little metal clip and just clips it. And then I dry my hair for 30 minutes, and then she puts it in whatever style that I ask for. So it's crazy because I did have my hair locked before, and there wasn't that much versatility with locks. But now people get braids over their locks, people wear headband wigs, people get extensions on them. I mean, there's so much that you can do, but I love not having to twist my hair every night, because when I had my bush, I would have to twist it because otherwise it would get matted, or if it was humid, it would shrink up. You didn't wake up and go with that fro like that. My hair is not that texture. Some people can do that, but my hair was not that texture. And I think that a lot of the pulling and the tugging and the combing was also doing some damage to my hair. So this is like, it's natural. I just make sure I put some oil in it, some leave-in conditioner, and I can go ahead and go. I love waking up and just taking my scarf off, shaking it out. You know, if I have them like that, I can put rollers in them, and it's so great. Like, they're not heavy. I know people have asked, like, are they heavy? They're not. I'm so enjoying this journey. I didn't mean to even talk about this, but yeah, that's a little 5-month update, and I'm really excited about what's to come, like, with my hair. It's something I'm really, really enjoying. So anyway, that's it, you guys. I like VIEVE. I love Jamie Genevieve. She is so talented. Again, the brand is on my radar, and I'm definitely looking out to see what else is gonna come from them this year. So if you were curious about the brand, I hope that this was a good review and that it gave you a pretty good overview of what she has to offer. Again, she's got some other products. There's bronzer, she's got a primer, she's got highlighters, but I definitely didn't need any, I didn't need any of this. Don't need any highlighter for the foreseeable future. So I just picked what I thought would give a really good overview to the brand. Anyway, thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today for another edition of Mimosas and Makeup. I really hope you enjoyed this style of video. I am trying to make sure that I listen to the feedback that you give me and just have more of a mix. Lately, I've been doing a lot of music videos, but I also understand, as somebody who is constantly multitasking, that I don't have the time, and neither does everyone else, to keep their eyes glued to the screen. So I'm gonna try to make sure that my eyeshadow looks are mixed up. I decided to talk through these, and I really enjoy talking through it with you guys. Let me let you go. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I hope this was therapy for you, because it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.